everybody, it's Cindy Mattalucci, your host of The Pulse and Live with Cindy. It's Friday, July 19th. You guys, there's so much going on in our city. I love our city, it's so fabulous. I know you guys went to the horse races, it was opening day. I know you guys are at Comic-Con, I know there's so much going on. We were at Comic-Con, we had an exclusive preview with the press. So we were there all day Wednesday, and we're gonna be showing you a little later in the show an exclusive on Amazon Prime Video's visual experience, which you have to see. It's phenomenal. It's 50 years that we're celebrating Comic-Con in San Diego. So it's pretty exciting stuff. So today we have a great show. I want to start out by thanking our sponsor, Coffee Ambassador. They have been in business for 50 years. They keep our staff and our guests caffeinated, so shout out to them. And next Friday's show, I actually have Tim O'Grady from Coffee Ambassador live. He's going to be showing you how you can get your coffee delivered and show you all of the different products that they have, because you can make over 40 custom coffee drinks with their coffee machines. It's insane, and I'm obsessed. So Tim O'Grady will be on the show next Friday. I also want to tell you guys that our new time for our TV show is 4 p.m. on Thursdays on Channel 4. So we were at 3:30, we're now at 4 o'clock. Go to our website at thepulsesd.com for other markets that we're in and all the other channels. Okay guys, so I'm very excited today. I have some fabulous guests. We're starting out with one of my friends, Diane Goodman from LULUCLOTH. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're here. We've known each other for a long time.
I think about 5 years.
I think it was longer than that. So I was really excited when you decided to come on the show. I know we've done some different things together. Before we get started talking about your fabulous product, I want you to tell everybody sort of how you got involved with this product and being an entrepreneur.
So I started this product about a year ago, a little over a year ago. I started sewing my own washcloths because there was not a great washcloth on the market. You'd go to Sephora, Ulta, anywhere, and you really didn't find a tool for cleansing properly. And I know that washcloths work for me, so I would always go out and look for the perfect washcloth, but it'd be too rough, it'd be too thick. The edges were rough and folded. So what I did was I found my favorite organic cotton terry cloth fabric that's not too thick. And
so you were like cutting them in quarters, right? Or cutting the corners off?
I used to do that. I used to cut the corners, everything off. And then, after a while, it'd be all fringy and kind of icky. But it worked, and then I'd use it a couple times and use it as a rag. So I finally found, after trying different fabrics, I started serging the edges so they're super soft. So there's no part of this cloth that's going to scratch your face.
So it's not abrasive at all?
Not at all.
And I've used them and they are really soft.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what would you say, because I know a lot of people out there, and I was guilty of it too, you use these old washcloths and it does not do well for your face. What's different, would you say, about this? It's the thickness, right?
This one, it is a little bit thinner than if you went and got a set of towels with a washcloth. That washcloth is going to be the same thickness as a heavy absorbing towel. So this one is a little thinner, and when it's damp, you can use it all over in the eyes, and it's just super pliable and perfect size for the face. You can lay down and do a facial after your masks and all that. And so,
well, and what I love about your product too is you guys follow the GMP, right? The good manufacturing process.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about that, because I think that sets you apart.
So these are made at home in USA, but the good manufacturing practice, the lab out of Anaheim, is what I do for the green tea cleanser. So it's just the highest standards of producing them, so they're extremely effective and fresh. The green tea cleanser, you can't really get a better product for skincare than green tea and aloe. It has aloe vera, and everyone knows that's a cure-all for sunburns and inflammation. So that's in the soap as well, or a cleanser. So use that with the LULUCLOTH.
And I use that too.
You'll get a perfect cleanse.
And your face is so clean.
It's so clean.
Afterwards, there's nothing like it.
Yeah, and it doesn't strip too. So it's cleaning, but unlike a soap, it's not going to strip off all your natural oils and cause more harm, really. You don't want to strip your skin.
Well, and what inspired you to put those products in here?
So I have had like blemishes since I was 20, super sensitive skin. So I, along with this, had to use this, but I also needed the best ingredients for my skin. So green tea and the aloe are super calming to skin, and it helped mine. And so this alone, I was breaking out way less. When I added the green tea, hardly ever. I mean, I can't remember last time I had to stay in because I was broken out.
I know, that's exciting. Well,
Yeah.
and so let's talk about some of the differences that I think that you're making when it comes to being green, right? Because of the landfills and the sewage blockage. Because you know the people that use the single wipes, right? That's
So I
awful.
have bought those in a pinch. They're not good. So first of all, you're rubbing, you're pulling on your face. There is a huge amount of that in our landfills. It's a big problem. All kinds of wipes. And a lot of them have ingredients that are very, like bothersome to your skin, like you shouldn't be using. I know that I would break out after using a wipe, or I would use the wipe and I would get up and wash my face. Like, what's the point? Because I'm trying to wash off what was in the wipe.
Right. Well, and I think that what I read on the website too is that it accounts for 90% sewage blockage.
It's a big problem.
Right, which is crazy. So we're actually helping,
Totally.
our world. We're just making a difference in what we're doing.
Absolutely. And that was really important to me when I created these.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and you can reuse them. How many times? Tell everybody, because you can wash them.
You can wash them. I would say about 100 times.
Okay. Wow.
Because eventually all cotton terry is going to get a little rougher. So if you go to the hotel and you're using the towels in the hotel to wash your face, I don't know about you, but my skin will get so red from using those. They're old towels, they're not soft anymore.
So 100 times, and the packet comes with 4.
It actually comes with
how many does it come?
6. There's 6 in here.
Okay.
$22.
$22.
And you want to wash these every day, actually. Sometimes I go an extra day. You really shouldn't, because it's when bacteria can grow in the cloth. So you want to wash, and I have a little information on it. Use a little bleach, and that will keep them for a long time.
Well, and let's talk about your other products, because I don't think we mentioned the serum. Did we talk about the serum?
So the serum I love, because once your skin is thoroughly cleaned, you put a little of this on and it's going to actually absorb better.
Okay.
And this is a hyaluronic serum. Hyaluronic acid is kind of all the rage. You're hearing about it in all the products right now.
My dermatologist is always talking about that.
Yes, it's the best. It actually, your body produces hyaluronic acid. So it's a natural, sounds like a scary thing, putting acid, but your bodies produce it. It's in all our skin, our eyes, our joints. So some people take it as a supplement and it helps their joints and skin. There's been proven tests that it reduces wrinkles. So this serum has that. It also has more aloe, because I love aloe vera.
I love aloe too.
Yes. And one more thing about hyaluronic acid, it holds 1,000 times its weight in water. So you are going to be glowing and plumped up.
Repairing our skin. I love it.
Yes, anti-aging.
So you've been so gracious. You're going to offer our viewers a promo code, which is Love the Pulse.
15% off everything.
15% off any products. I love this so much. And then they can order that at LULUCLOTH.net. And it shows your products. It has your catalog, everything on there.
Yes.
And then tell us, you're going to be at an event coming up.
I am going to be at an event tomorrow, the Summer Soiree by Lux Finds. And that's it's on Evening Creek, and it's at a really beautiful restaurant called the Florence. And it's around the intersection of the 56 and the 15.
So people can come see your product.
I'll be giving out samples of the cleanser.
Okay.
And you can test everything out. And it's going to be fun. There's going to be swag bags and food.
And
There's going to be a brunch. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
I love that. Well, while I have you on here before we go, I want you to give the viewers a tip on entrepreneurship, because I know you, and I know you've been so passionate about different things. You've been on the board of, charities. Yeah. Give the viewers a tip on entrepreneurship. How do they take that leap, or what inspired you to do that?
For me, if you asked my mom, she would tell you I have always kind of had that side of me. Even when I was little, I would paint things and take them to the neighbors. So, but if you have a passion, something you really love, and you want to turn it into a business, I enjoy the process of doing it. So that's part of it, is do something you love and believe in, and you're gonna enjoy doing it, I hope. And I wouldn't overthink it too much. I would just kind of get started and ask for help. Totally ask, research. We have internet at our fingertips, so we can find out anything. And so I just did it all, like researching. So research and love your product.
And love it, and do something you're passionate about. I love that. Well, we know you're passionate. Well, thank you so much. So you guys, again, you can go to LULUCLOTH.net and then love the Pulse for 15% off. Get these products. Again, I'm telling you, I use the green tea, and I use this too, and I've used other face cloths, and I love this one. Nothing makes your face look as clean and healthy, and it's soft, so I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thanks for coming on our show.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Perfect. And then we are going to take a quick commercial break, guys. We're going to show you a quick little snapshot, a little sizzle of Comic-Con, because we were there on Wednesday. And when we come back, it's West Coast Medium. We'll see you in a little bit. Hey everybody, it's Cindy Mattalucci, and you're watching The Pulse. We're here for Comic-Con's 50th year. It's their 50th anniversary celebration of being in San Diego, and we're going to take you inside. Today, we are at Amazon Prime Video, and we're going to show you The Expanse, Carnival Row, and The Boys. Are you ready? Let's do it!
to explore and survey the planet before civilian colonies started coming in.
You lie!
Hey! You got no rights here! You're lucky we didn't collapse all of you!
Everybody get down!
Get out! What are you doing? Evacuate!
Hurry!
Get out of here!
And out. Mind you, did I tell you to move? And out. Off to the left. Down. Get moving. Move along. And out. Guard. Over. There. You keep away from the humans. You know what's good for you. Yeah?
All right, Magic Lantern crew, come on through. With your Zoe tropes. Come on. Keep it moving.
It's a love potion. Here we go. Spits you up. Spits you up. You have a great week. Love potion. You're here for some love potion, I see.
Come on in. For all who desire the blood. Yes, one of ill repute. Devotion is denied.
Sweet dreams to you, my only one. I'll fly for you, my child, my son. Sweet dreams to you, my only one. Oh,
Listen close to me now. We are searching for a fugitive who has committed a crime, a brazen crime, and is considered an enemy of the state.
Right. So a proper search of the premises can be conducted by order of the Council of the Burg. Carnival Row is now closed for business. All of you, close.
I'm sorry, you have to go, sir. Go home. Damn.
Come on.
You have to go, sir.
Out of here.
You'll be getting yours.
Take your Zoe.
All of you. Right, you're telling me. You're a creature.
Move along.
Keep it moving. What do you want me to put up your arse? Oh, first one in, last one out, eh? Yes.
And keep moving. Out you go.
You guys, this was hands down one of my favorite experiences. You gotta come down and check it out and get your angel wings and fly. Comic-Con 2019. We'll see you next time when we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego. I'm obsessed. Welcome back to The Pulse. I'm your host, Cindy Mattalucci. Thanks for checking in with our live show today. We have fabulous guests. With me today, I have Vicki Murphy, West Coast Medium. How are you?
Hi, I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. I have been obsessed. I literally love intuition, everything, manifestation. So that's something that we're really passionate about. So when you came on the show, I said, yes, this is going to be a good show. So before we kind of dive into what we're going to talk about today, I want to talk about your story because you've had this gift since you were young. Mm-hmm. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, it was really passed down on my mom's side, and everybody has intuition, and a lot of times we get disconnected from that knowing. You know, you run into a group of adults and you say, I don't like this person, and what do they do? Shh, you know, don't say that, it's rude. And pretty soon you're thinking that, knowing that must not be good. And so a lot of things happen. I had an experience that was scary at age 12, and so I really shut it down until later on. And then I opened up through a set of circumstances having to do with my art career. And I started to use my giftedness. I didn't really think of it as anything different. When you have that, you just don't know you're different, especially when it is present in your family. And so it was an interesting thing. I was doing my art and with my cute husband, who was my partner at the time in business, and we ended up being married. And I was working and he said, who are you talking to? And I was just out loud talking about, composition. And I was channeling the work, a lot of it. And so I discovered through that conversation that wasn't something that everybody really was conscious of. So I am working on raising conscious awareness of that and helping people, because it really does help you manifest and it helps you heal your body. And there are a lot of different uses when you learn to master your energy.
I love that. So, and you were able to do that and really manifest so much with your life. Mm-hmm. And so that inspired you to create your business.
Yeah,
to help others.
It really did. I really kind of became aware that I had manifested my art business. I had manifested, all of the little jobs and fun things that I did, like being flight attendant, ski supervisor, and now this business. And I've only done things that I love. So when I realized that there was a conscious way of creating, I wanted to share that with everybody. And I am really into education and teaching. So I started coaching and helping people.
I love that. So today we're going to dive into some fun stuff. We're going to talk about intuition, energy mastery, manifestation, and healing. So let's talk a little bit for the viewers. What can they do in their lives to harness the right energy?
Yeah, so the first thing is being aware of your innate ability, really paying attention to your body. We always talk about a gut feeling and that instinct. That's really intuition. So awareness is number one. And then the second is being conscious of your thoughts. That is so important. Everything is energy. So when you are thinking something, if you're thinking is fear-based. Fear is so strong. It's the first word we hear is no when we're little, and one that we learn to say, so it's got a lot of energy behind it. So when we say no to something, which is what fear is, what happens? It manifests.
Yep.
So you have to be conscious of your thought process. So awareness, consciousness. Those are the two main things. And then the third thing, which is really, really important, is if there are things that are not working out in your life, maybe you are using the tool, I'm going to call it a relationship, to study here and to up your frequency and to heal your soul. Or if you're using money and you're having challenges that way. You really want to be aware that you may have energy blocks within, and I always recommend that you go and you work with a professional that can help you clear those blocks, and that is my specialty. I help people clear their blocks so they can get back on their path and manifest the life in the way they want.
Well, and I love what you're saying, because I run a group with a lot of female entrepreneurs, and we're so hard on ourselves, and we're putting all this stuff out there. And then the universe is drawing attention to that, right? Because you keep putting that negative stuff out there. I'm having a bad day, or today's bad, and you keep doing that. It manifests. So I love what you're saying is like mentally, putting the right energy out there, so that you get that back. And is it something that they can wear like a bracelet, and they can switch the bracelet when they're feeling negative, or is there like a tactic that you kind of?
Okay, so I have tools. I have a lot of tools for everybody, but one of the easiest things you can do is, how you have little snappy bracelets that are, some of them have a lot of great vibrational frequency stones and gems. So get one of those. And the minute that you catch yourself in a negative frequency, you really want to realize that when you're having a negative thought like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get there, or I'm never going to be that thin, or whatever your thought is, you're allowing, because you're the conductor, you're allowing that low frequency to flow through your body, and it really does affect your cells and your cellular health, and it can create mutation and disease. So you want to snap the rubber band, and you want to have a positive focus, one with no emotional component, right? So mine was puppy fur. Because puppies are squishy and they're so, beautiful. So have a positive focus. And when you snap the rubber band, switch it, you change the frequency in your body, and it supports a different reality.
I love that. That's a good tip. Okay, so we're going to talk about how you work with a client, right? So typically when you work with someone, walk us through the process of that.
The first thing we do is we assess. I want to know their goals. I want to see what they think is in the way. And then I read their energy. And we put strategies in place for accountability and to help them move forward. So a lot of support. I also do the feminine way of doing business. We are not pushing against. The minute that you start pushing and you're running that kind of male energy of pushing, trying too hard, you're going to create natural resistance, because your inner baby, she's like, She wants to do everything with ease. So that's really where I come from when I'm helping people. And I do a lot of assessing and talking, and I do a lot of energy clearing.
Okay.
So I can see the energy. So I'm always constantly going in and clearing origins from whether it's early life or sometimes past life and ancestral DNA.
Ooh, because you can't get rid of that DNA. Well, you can.
You can.
Maybe.
Yes, you can.
If we hire you. So, okay, perfect. So I want to talk about, I have two questions today, which I'm really excited about. A lot of people wanted to talk to you, so hopefully we can pass that on after the show. But I have two questions. The first one is from Jennifer Cannon. She said, it's been 15 years since the last time we talked. Some days the wound still feels fresh. If you could tell me one thing to help me, what would it be?
Interesting. I just want to let you know this. I have goosebumps going down my arm right now. I will tell you that beautiful soul, as you shook hands over God's table and you made this soul contract to walk through some karmic challenge energy together, it was out of love. And so think bigger beyond this dimension. There is so much love for you there, and if that soul could meet with you on a soul plane, you'd be high-fiving each other. So that's what Spirit just gave me as a message to create peace, because once you create peace, instead of that longing that she's running right now, it again allows your frequency to elevate, and it's better for your mind, body, soul, and your health, your well-being, better for her connection with other relationships, etc.
Okay. Oh, I have goosebumps too. So, and the other thing I want to point out is what's really important is when you speak with spirit and things like that, you don't have to be in the same room.
No.
Because of the magnetic frequency and everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I love that. And then the next question I have is from Noah Dingley. What are the stigmas of physics? You hear some religious sects advise against it. What would you say to those sects, and does it go against their teachings?
Let me start with the basics. It's such a big question.
It's a huge
Noah,
question.
That's a huge question. I could talk about that all day. But one of the things that are very basic, I believe that God doesn't make mistakes, right? And we all have intuition, and it's really a safety mechanism. And and it's also part of our guidance system. And so when we think of it in those terms, and we are not using it for anything but, your higher purpose and to help heal, which is in the way that I use it, you really want to look beyond and look at how the different sects and different religions were passed down, and how there was a lot of interpretation by man. It's like telephone. Remember the game Telephone, where you're starting with one message, and by the time it gets around the circle, it's really become convoluted. And there are a lot of other things too. There were a lot of different dominant societies at those times that were seeking to control the population, and so they would change and take books out of the written works, such as the Bible and etc., and change things in order to create fear. Because if we don't use our knowing and our intuition, we're more easily led, we're more easily controlled. And so there's a lot there to talk about.
That's for the episode 2. We'll dive deeper.
Yeah.
So I know we have to get going, but you have a promo code for the viewers. We're so excited about that, right? They can hop on a calendar for special event session pricing. We're so.
And I have the link that I've given to you.
We're going to put that up. It's calendly.com/VickiMurphy777. I love the number 7, by the way. The -pulse. But we have that up. We'll actually have the links. And then also, I just want to tell everybody, you have a program coming up, right? In Charleston, you have another event.
I do.
What's going on?
So manifesting, right? And I said to God in the universe, okay, I really love traveling and doing groups. And I just went to Tucson and I did a really fun 4-day group. And now I'm going to Charleston, and I'm talking about energy mastery. I'm doing a lot of clearing for the participants, and we're going to also certify people in Reiki. And Reiki is just like tuning the dial to a frequency that really is innate within you, and that helps support healing.
And then you have a coaching enrollment session beginning November.
The open session will begin in November, and the real coaching begins in January. I have been running the group. It's Energy Mastery.
Okay.
I'm just finishing up this group in October, and they have quadrupled their incomes. They're creating their soul-based businesses, and they are doing a lot of really fun work. I have somebody that's now channeling a book, and on created organizations for the differently abled. I mean, fun all over the board, really cool.
I love that. Well, you can find everything about Vicki at westcoastmedium.com. I'm also going to hook you up with my girlfriend who's in Charleston, Shantae. She's in PR too, so I'm going to hook you two up. So Shantae, shout out to you. But westcoastmedium.com. Thank you so much, Vicki, for coming on the show.
So welcome.
We loved it.
Thank you for having me.
You guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a fabulous, safe weekend. Be careful out there. We'll see you next time when we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego. Bye. Happy Friday. Manifest.